Hey everyone, Coach Robert here again with another chess video. Checkmate puzzles are an extremely important part of improving as a chess player. If you solve lots and lots of checkmate in one puzzles, you will develop a very strong intuition for when checkmate is possible on the board, and you will rarely miss any opportunity for a one-move win. The same thing can be said for puzzles of all different types. If you've ever solved a few checkmate in one puzzles and gotten the feeling that they're pretty easy, you might have asked yourself, what's the hardest possible checkmate in one puzzle? What makes checkmate in one difficult is not the idea itself. Checkmate in one is very simple. We just have to make a move where they cannot capture, block, or run away in any way when we attack their king. What could make a checkmate in one puzzle difficult would be if you have to wade through a lot of possible moves before finding the one true path to a win. So I just thought I would share with you guys my favorite checkmate in one puzzle ever, which I remember seeing in some psychology study based on chess players that was focused on memory. And they came up with a bunch of really wacky puzzles, and one of them is this checkmate in one that you see right now. So I recommend pausing the video and studying this position for some time. Depending on your level, it could take as long as half an hour to find the correct answer, but I wouldn't take any longer than 30 minutes. If you can't find it in 30 minutes, you're probably not going to find it at all. Same thing in a real game. So, take some time, pause the video, see if you can find the best move for white to give a checkmate in one move. If you're trying to understand if your move is checkmate, you should ask yourself, first of all, is my move possible? Maybe you've mistakenly identified a move that you think is a checkmate, but it turns out it's not a possible move. Another thing you could ask yourself is, can my opponent capture? Generally, capturing is the best way to escape a check in most situations, although, of course, every way of escaping check has its moment. You could also block, so make sure they can't block your check in any way. And if they're able to move the king to a safe square, that also means it's not checkmate. So once you've eliminated all these different possibilities, you'll know if your move is checkmate or not. Okay, I hope you've studied the position for a short time and found the best move. I want to go through a couple of incorrect moves first. The most popular incorrect move is D8, making a queen, usually a queen. The problem with this move is it's illegal. Don't forget that your opponent also has a right to exist. If you play D8, they'll take your king. It's pinned. This naturally suggests other moves like pawn takes C8, making a queen or a knight, but they always seem to have something. For example, after pawn takes queen, it's check from the rook. You would think this is checkmate with 3 heavy pieces cutting off the king. But that's only if you're thinking about moving the king. They could block. So it's not checkmate. Obviously, whoever's moving is winning in this position, but we're looking for mate in one since we know that there is one. That's the challenge of the puzzle. You might also think about a move like queen takes e5. Who doesn't want to nab a free queen, right? But again, they can just block, and this is also check, but that doesn't matter. There are lots and lots of moves to consider. Bishop h4 is also especially tricky, because you have to see that when you move the bishop out of the way, you can block with the rook. You could go through lots and lots of options like this. That's why it might take some time to solve the puzzle. Queen a3 is the correct move. The reason that queen a3 is correct is that, first of all, don't forget that this black pawn's going down, so they can't just take you. It's check. They have nowhere to move the king, like here, this queen will take. Here, the pawn will take. If they go here, the queen is still attacking. If they go here, this bishop will take. If they go on any of these squares, this queen can capture. So that pretty much rules out everything. If they go here, the rook will take them. And you have to realize that the queen can't block in any way because it's pinned. Okay, I hope you guys also enjoyed this best ever checkmate in one puzzle. It's probably the hardest checkmate in one puzzle that you'll ever see. Remember that checkmate in one puzzles are important to your chess development. Even if you were already world champion, there's no such thing as a puzzle that's too simple. Fischer was purportedly studying for his match with Karpov that never happened, in part by solving lots and lots of checkmate in one puzzles in order to build his intuition. I know it's like very easy to solve a checkmate in one by brute force, but you want to be able to spot the mate in 1 at the end of a variation, or in a position that's in your mind, not actually on the board. That's what will really help. Okay, so until next time, I hope you enjoyed this puzzle, and I hope that I can put out some more content like this in the near future. Take care, everyone.